Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video. Today I created this blur Sickle effect in UE5 Niagara and I'll create it from scratch so you can understand it better. And if you like this video, like, share and comment. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe it. And let's start this tutorial.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So I found this reference on YouTube, flying the blur sickle, and it looks cool. So I thought let's create a tutorial on that. So we need some torus shapes and a material. That's it. So let's create a material. Blur. And we need a torus shape. So I'll just search in my static mesh. I have these. Maybe this one will work. Yeah, maybe this one will work. So I'll select this and preview that here. And if I take a gradient, a texture coordinate and preview the red channel, see how it looks. Let me show you. So it goes like this. Okay. So if I take the sign, it will be from both sides. If I make the sign too, like this. Okay. And we can also fade it from other side, but better is just take a radial and preview that. So it will be there where we need. So now we can reduce the radius, maybe 0.3. That's it. The area we need. Okay. So we don't need these gradients. So radial will work here. And then we need a noise texture. So for that, I'll take the texture, aura, and let me check that again. So it has black edge and then there's a little variation inside it. So I can take the screenshot and then I can zoom this up. So we have these black edges and there's a variation here also. Okay, and this is masked material. So I will use the masked and also two-sided. If I preview that here on this, okay, so we need to adjust the tiling first. So on the X, maybe 2. And the Y, maybe let's use 4 and 1. Okay. Yeah, this one. So I'll use the 4 in Y and 1 in X, maybe 3. And then I can multiply this with the radial. So this noise will appear only that part. Okay. Cool. So if I take the 3, there can be lots of way to do what we require. So if I take this one, now we have all the things that we required. The colors, I'll just make this 0.5. So the center part, the noise part will not be that much eroded. Then here we can use the cheap contrast. And if I make that maybe 1, and this one maybe 0.1, 0.2, 0.1 actually. So first we need to take the mask out. So the green and the green and all these are the masks. So if I preview this, this is the white. So this is our mask. So this will go to our opacity. Okay. And in the particle color, let's say you don't have anything right now, but let's say you have the red color. Just to show in the particle, I will use the particle color although. So you have opacity and you have a red color. And actually the first color here is the black. Then we have the red inside that. Okay. So let's say first we have the black and we want to add the red on it. So I will actually take these nodes, copy and all these nodes actually and paste. Or you can avoid this, you can just use the noise because we have already mask. So you have this thing and the cheap contrast. And if I preview that, one, maybe 0.2. So this is our second thing. So I will multiply it with the red color, then add it to that black. How it will look? We have black, we have red, but that black should be like here, this edge. Okay, so what we require actually, if I just make an instance of this material and make this parameter, this is our contrast. Okay, save this. Now I will make an instance of this. And in the instance material, with this contrast, if I'm increasing or decreasing, it is offsetting it. So we got the our thing actually. We don't require this other thing actually. We just require this, copy and paste. So this is contrast 2 and this is multiplying with the red. I'll save it. And now here we have the contrast 2. So if I increased it, we have that black edge and then red part. But on the red part, we have some noise detail. It is not flat like we have. So you just need to multiply this thing with the red. So you can just multiply this thing. I'll take a power, then multiply this thing with the red. And I'll make a power node, control, save it. So now with this, we have the details of noise here. Cool. And now you can add a panner in here on the X maybe. Let me preview that noise so I can see the direction. Yeah. So, and I will also distort it a little bit. So I will use one more texture, blur. And I'll copy this thing, copy and paste in this blur. Then I will multiply this blur and add it to the UVs of that aura noise. So I will not distort it completely, maybe 0.2, and I will increase the speed. It will have a different speed, so it will look something simulation. So now let's save this, and now we have animation also. And that distortion, we can make a parameter. So let's say we have finished our effect. And one more thing, these are dissolving. See, this overall dissolving. So you can do that. Just you need to use, you have already this power, but if these have a default value, so I will use the one power here for all. This will be my ultimate dissolve thing. So dynamic parameter, this is distort, this is dissolve. So call it distort, dissolve, and I need random tiling. So multiply these things. These two have the same, so I can just use the same thing here and also here. So now this is my tile. What else I need to change? Nothing. And instead of this red color, you can take particle color, but here we all have the red. Although you can randomize the color, so I'll take the particle color here. That's it. Let's save it and try it on the particles. So this is now white because particle is white. And I'll use instance because I have some values here, so I will use that. So Niagara, fountain, FX. I'll use the, oops, what I did. This thing. And I need that same torus. Take this one. I use this one. Okay. So delete that, take a mesh renderer and use that mesh here. And in the material override, you need to use that instance. And I don't need these things. All I need is spawn rate and initial random rotation. Okay, then and let's make it like 10. And then I'll take that dynamic in my parameter. Let's make this red, little darker. So we have this, and in the dynamic parameter, tiling should be 1. Okay, dissolve should be like default 2 or 1. And then this is your distortion. Let's use 0.5. And let's make the random size. So uniform random. And I'll use, yeah, 0.5 to 2. And then they should dissolve and they should rotate. So I'll take the update mesh orientation. And they all should rotate on this axis. And I'll randomize this to maybe 1 and 0.5. And this should dissolve. So in the material, I have dissolve here. This dissolves. So this is dissolving at the 8. So I'll make the curve and from 1 to 8. Actually, this should be like this. So it should be like 8 on both sides, and in the center it should be 1. Cool. And in the size, you can also use non-uniform. So it is like 0.5 and 2. So if you use it here, it will have something different. Okay, so actually, this will be like 1 and 1. Yeah, or maybe 1.5, 1.5. Only Z axis is random. And in the color, you can randomize it, not the color, but the strength. You can use 2 here, or maybe 5, and then also maybe 2. And rotation rate maybe even faster. Okay, so it is kind of same thing. And local, I'll drag into the viewport. And then like this image has too much black thing, and that looks also unlit. Might have a shine specular, so I will use that unlit. Save this. Yeah, now it's better. And in the instancer, I will make that black edge even thicker. So if I increase this value, yeah, like this much. Yeah, now it's better. And one more thing I'll do in the particles, I have one dynamic parameter left, so vertex normal, and I want to make some tubes like little thinner. So here, and this will be WPO. So in the FX now, in the dynamic parameter, if I like stop this and decrease this, some will be like thinner like this. So -20. So I will randomize it now, like 1 and -30. Some will be thinner. Okay. And now, actually -30 is too much, -20 or maybe -10. That's it. Then I'll take a Niagara emitter fountain, and in this one, I'll delete these things and maybe 10 particle size, and size here maybe 300, 200, and turn off the mask, and this should be fade in, fade out, and this should be red. And instead of this glowy, because this is additive material, I will take translucent material. I have translucent radials, and let it compile. So I have this thing now. I'll take the size right and use this curve. Okay. And then I'll duplicate it one more time. In this one, I'll reduce the size to maybe 10 and 5 and make this black and make this like 100 so it will be sharp. And then I'll take the spawn location sphere, maybe 150, and then velocity, add velocity from the point and minus. They will going inside. Okay, and the particle size I will delete. So I will have this, and I'll increase the size to maybe 200 and maybe spawn rate 5. Yeah, and that thing that glow doesn't visible much, so I will increase the alpha to maybe 2 or 3. Now you can see that properly. So that's it. That's our blood sugar. It has more distortion, you can see, and we have the very round shape, so we can also work on that. So what we can do is actually in our material, this radial is very, very smooth. So what I'll do, I'll copy this noise, copy and paste it here, and then texture coordinate, multiply for the tile, and I will use this to distort my radial. So you can see, and we can use the higher tiling. Okay, so now I'll make a dynamic parameter one more here, and this will be 1, and this will be like radial noise tile, and then radial distortion. Okay, so this is the tile and this is the distortion. Save this, and now in the FX you can see it is already changed. Okay, so in the dynamic parameter, if I turn this on, tiling should be 1 or 2 or 3, and then this is a distortion. And if I stop this, now I can decrease the tile. Yeah, now it's better. I will use the tiling maybe 1 to 2, and then distortion maybe like 0.5 to 1. Now there's a distortion, complete distortion. And we can reduce the spawn rate maybe 5 or maybe 7. Actually 5, and then I'll copy this and paste it here. In this one, spawn rate maybe 2, but these will be bigger. So like 3, 3, 3, and 2, 2, 2, or maybe 1. Okay, so some are little bigger, and bigger will be slower. So maximum rotation rate is 1, or maybe 1.5 and 1. Cool. So and this one, this bigger one, by isolate, I will use this WPO, actually minus 20 minus 10. Yeah. And in the size, I will use it 3. Yeah. Now it's final. So I hope you liked it. If you have any query, comment below the video, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. Bye bye.